Hello and welcome to another edition of Coull Discussions. Today we're going to talk about Donald Trump become president. What?
Yeah.
Could that happen in the United States right now?
The odds makers in Vegas have now given it a much lower shot than it used to be. It used to be like 200 to 1.
So
now it's like...
Now? He has better odds.
Yeah, he used to be a 200 to 1 shot. Now he's...
better. We're going to talk a little bit
almost guaranteed. It's scary.
We're going to talk a little bit about the presidential election. We're a couple of Canadians just blabbing our mouth about it right now and talking about how weird it is.
So, okay, by comparison up here in the States, we just had an election in October for the federal government. Now, we had a federal election that took place over 42 days. Now, this is the longest it's ever happened in Canada. In the States, it started like 6 months ago, and they haven't even picked the two people that are going head-to-head to be elected president in November of this year. So they've been doing it for...
They've had debates, and
they've had lots of debates.
And more debates, and more talks, and more talks. That's the thing about politics, you know? It's just a bunch of talking.
Yeah.
It's so much talking and so much bullshit that it gets annoying. And you know what I think? I think Donald Trump's going to be the next president of the United States.
So, okay, this is what I've been able to glean from reading and stuff. The presidential candidates from the Republicans and Democrats, they go into, they do a nomination process in their party. Whoever wants to say, hey, I want to run for president for the Democrats, or the Republicans go, I want to run, they start having debates to see, you know, whose hearts and minds they can win, and they start doing it, and then you go into primaries in starting in Iowa, and what happens is each state, although not equal, have a number of delegates that the candidates can win. Now, to win the nomination, a candidate has to win 1,237 delegates over 50 states.
Hell if
it's just too much. A question of 50 states. Yeah,
it's so much just bull crap.
By comparison, in Canada, to be the prime minister, you have to be in a political party. The way they pick the leader is, once again, they do a leadership a race, but it's over a weekend.
Yeah,
and they go,
yeah. Oh my goodness.
You know, if there's 5 guys, they do a vote, and then it's like, okay, 3 guys go on. And then those 3 guys, they do another vote, and then it might be 2 guys, and then those 2 guys, they do another vote, and one's a winner. All of a sudden, you're the leader of the Canadian Party, and then if you're...
That's right. If you win, you win.
If your
party wins,
you're the prime minister.
You know what I mean? Like in the U.S., it's just so much drawn-out crap. It's almost like a damn reality television show.
A very bad reality television show. Now, for you guys watching in the States, you're well aware of what's going on. Here in Canada, well... I follow politics, so I have an idea of what's going on.
I loosely follow it. Like, I know I can have a conversation about it. I'm not like, oh, let's look at stats. Let's go to their website and see what the Republican Party is all about, because they're all a bunch of fucking liars.
All politicians, the general...
This is what I'm going to say. This is what I'm going to say. Do I think Donald Trump would make a good president? 50-50. Would he be good for the economy? Yes. Because he's a businessman. And when you're running a country, it's a business.
It is, yes.
You can't have... Like, we have politicians in place who don't understand economics. Like, isn't our financial... In Alberta, isn't our financial minister some, like, social worker?
Actually, I don't know.
Like, okay, so...
I think generally if they go into the Ministry of Finance, they have some background in economics.
From what I understand, it has very little background. Okay,
yeah,
but when you
which is always a possibility.
Is President Obama, is he an accountant?
No, he's a lawyer.
Is he, you know what I mean? Or
he's a lawyer.
Can a lawyer do finances? Is he a financial lawyer? Or does he have somebody in economics? So that's what I'm saying. My point is I think he would be good for the economic side of it, the business side, because he's a businessman, and he looks at it as...
The good thing about the American politics compared to Canadian is when the president is assigning positions like defense, economics, foreign ministries, things like that, he doesn't have to pick from a pool. He can pick anybody he wants in the U.S.
Yeah.
Whereas in Canada, if you're a minister of anything, it's actually drawn from members of the winning party.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying, is like, his experience in business would be good, but some of his foreign policies are like, what? Are you on glue?
Well, okay, wow, I'm going to defend Donald Trump. He has said some really outrageous things, such as ban all Muslims. Yeah, I want to build a wall, barring Mexicans from getting in. He wants to ban Muslims from getting into the States. He even said something such outrageousness of, I could shoot somebody and my supporters wouldn't care. He actually said that.
Probably right.
And that's why he said it. Now, the reason why he's winning, by the way, he has
he's taking a lead in the what is he, Republican?
I think
Republic, whatever the heck it is.
He has won 84
what is it,
delegates compared to number 2, who is Cruz at 17.
Isn't he like the donkey race? Are they the donkeys, the Republicans?
Yeah.
They're the donkeys. He's ahead in the donkey race, literally. He's the donkey winning the donkey race.
Yep.
Now,
satirists, cartoon people, the ones who draw the cartoons, they love Trump. He's great. Man. He's fodder.
Now, let's. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but let's just look at this. So Donald Trump sits there and says, "I want to build a wall. I want to ban these people." Do you think he's maybe saying it for effect to get people to talk about him? And his policies are probably going to be a little bit more in depth than, "I'm going to build a wall. I'm going to ban Muslims," you know what I mean?
Okay.
Or is he really just saying, "I'm going to ban Muslims"?
He did clarify the Muslim statement. He just said, "I want to ban Muslims from entering the country for a set period of time." Yeah. Until some things are worked out. He wants to just say, "Sorry, you're Muslims. You can't come in."
We're going to put a pause on this for a second.
Exactly.
We're going to hit the pause button.
Instead of saying ban, he should have said, "We're going to pause Muslim immigration for a little while."
But what he did is he got people talking about it.
But he did. And that's the wonderful thing about Trump, is that he doesn't care about the established parliament. Now, if you compare him to Hillary Clinton, she is so embedded in politics. She is a politician through core to core. She is the atypical politician. If you look up politician in the dictionary, you will see Hillary Clinton. And then you get Donald Trump, and he's not. He'll speak his mind. He'll say what he wants. He says what he means. He doesn't beat around the bush, which is...
Isn't that what we want in society, though? Everybody sits there and says, we want politicians who are transparent. We want people who speak their mind and tell the truth. And then you get somebody and you're like,
no, we can't do that.
It's like, well...
kind of what you want.
Do you want the truth? Unfortunately, sometimes the truth is going to be a little bit hard to take. You know what I mean?
This is where society has grown really thin in the skin. It's like they get butthurt about everything.
Refer to one of our last episodes about being butthurt. I think it was the privacy episode or the racism episode. Talk about that. Go back and watch that, guys. We talk a little bit about the society being butthurt, and this kind of being butthurt applies to this a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, everybody gets a little bit butthurt because a politician says something that's a little bit outside the box. You know what I mean? We've been doing the same in Canada and the U.S. We've had the same electoral system for 100 years plus.
Yep.
150 years plus.
Yep.
And we've been doing it the same way every time. We just circle around. In the U.S., it's Republican, Democrats, Republican, Democrats. It's circle. In Canada, it's PC Liberal. Oh, every once in a while, we'll throw some NDP in there. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
Yeah.
So what are we, insane? I have a different view on politics. I get looked at as like I'm a donkey in a cat kennel because I sit there and I don't look. I look at the system and go, it's broken. We need to fix it.
And we did actually talk about politics a little bit before, and he did mention the same thing, and we got talking about, how we should vote and how we shouldn't vote. So
check them out, guys. They're below.
Previous episodes.
Subscribe.
Yeah. So it's... As Canadians, do we care?
I think we care more about the freaking U.S. election than we do...
Yeah,
it gets more conversation than sometimes because of Donald Trump. Only because, and it's effed up. It's totally fucked up.
Because think about it. If there was no Donald Trump, it would be Cruz.
Isn't Cruz like
Bush?
Isn't he like some huge Bible guy?
No, I don't know.
Like Christian? Is he some Christian?
You know what? Christian? I know everything. I know more about Trump than I know about all of the people that are running up against him.
This is why Donald Trump's gonna win, guys. You're going to hire the guy, you're fired guy,
but
to run your country.
He might actually be...
He might be good.
He might be good. The worst that will happen is he gets in...
He builds a wall.
And he does exactly what he says. You guys don't like him. He gets voted out the next time.
Could you imagine? Imagine this. A politician that says, I'm building a wall between Mexico and the United States. And then guess what? He actually does it.
Wow, a politician actually doing what they say.
What he says. Holy crap, eh? Could you imagine that? That'd be like an alien.
Yeah, because, look at it. Obama, he wanted Obamacare. He got it, but it took him 8 years, pretty much.
He wanted to close Gitmo.
He's only just started the paperwork for it.
That's what politicians do. Think about this. Obama's been in for 8 years. Now Mr. Obama gets a cushy little pension for the rest of his life. We have to understand this. Politics is still a job.
Yep.
Imagine, I watched this show, I listened to this podcast about politics in the U.S. called Free Talk Live. And it's not 100% I agree with a lot of things that they say.
Mm-hmm.
But it's in the state that these guys are in. It's a free state project thing, right? And it's where people move there because it's in someplace over there.
New Hampshire?
New Hampshire, yeah.
Yeah, there's New Hampshire.
They have no taxes there, and they went there.
See, we don't know states. I dare you to name 3 Canadian provinces.
Or territories. What? Fuck! I think I lost my thought. Oh my god! I can't believe I just gasped like that. Wow. So this is real. This is why we just
This
talk.
is why we are having these talks.
It's like
we enjoy our conversations together, and this is what happens when we have conversations.
Sometimes you just have you ever done that where you just brain fart and your thought goes?
Oh yeah, too many times. Don't like it at all.
Yeah. I'll get it back.
Yeah. Well, maybe not. Part of what I do is I follow politics, and now we've all been talking about Trump this whole time. Now we should look at the other candidates. Now the people running up against Trump, I know there's Cruz, and the only reason why I know of him is because he used to be a Canadian citizen. He actually got rid of dual citizenship because it's a legality in the States is you have to be born in the U.S.
You have to be a U.S. citizen for X amount of time, right?
I thought it was just born.
Well, wasn't he born in Canada? I thought
he was born in Canada, but it's a legal thing that they'll figure out when the...
Oh my god, guys. Ask for his birth certificate before you elect him president.
Yeah, apparently that was a big thing with Obama, too. And Cruz. I know nothing about him. Sanders. All I know... Now, when you look at the opposite in the Democrats, Sanders, yes, Sanders and Hillary Clinton
are running and elephants.
Yep, are running up against each other. Now, the thing is Hillary Clinton. Well, we know her because she was the first lady for a long time. She's been a career politician. Has she done anything? No, not really. Now, Bernie Sanders. He is 73 years old. He's running to be president. Now, he is a socialist. Now, socialist doesn't mean much up here in Canada because everything that Bernie Sanders is fighting for, We have here in Canada.
I was going to say, don't we have a socialist government right now?
Yeah, we do.
NDP right now. Isn't they're socialists, right?
Yeah, no. But, okay, he's fighting for free healthcare, which we already have. He's fighting for free education, which technically we have, but universities still cost money. But that's what he's fighting for in the States.
I don't think university should be free,
but it's technically actually paid for by the government.
Is it?
Yeah. He wants equality of pay. So one of the things he wants to do is really tax the rich, which rich people don't like.
You can't do that. How can you... What? You got to incentivize these rich people to give their money away.
Okay, but... No, not really, because a lot of them just hold on to it either or leave. Now, back in Depression era, FDR managed to dig his country out of the Depression, one, because of the war, but two, because he actually taxed the rich and used that money to build the highway system across the United States. And he taxed the rich like 80%.
How'd that work for him?
But it worked wonderful. It was great. They have a highway system. They have They have a United States of America. Whereas, John Kerry, he ran up against Obama in the last election, and he would not disclose how much taxes he paid on the $15 million that
Probably because he paid like $10.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
of loopholes and stuff like that. This is my problem. This is my problem. I'm going to go on a rant about that. This is my problem. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I do that a lot. Just here's my opinion. Take it. So, this is my problem. There's a lot in taxes. I don't know the U.S. system.
It's going to be similar. They're all going to be similar.
Don't get me wrong. I don't know the Canadian tax system very well either, because it's probably a book like this.
It is a book like that.
Really, who has a... This is what we need to do with our tax system. We need to go like this. So, like, if I'm a rich man and I can't write off so much money where I pay less taxes than me. I worked for a guy who made $250,000, but he paid less taxes than I did when I was making $40,000.
Yeah. And that's what Sanders wants to do. He wants to make it so if you're rich,
you pay 10%. You pay 10%. That's
exactly.
It.
If you make $1 million, you pay $100,000. If you make $30,000, you pay $3,000.
That's what it should be.
That's what he wants to do. Is he wants to make it so people making under a certain amount aren't getting royally fucked by the system that is in the States. Now, it happens in Canada, but not nearly as bad, because I know in the States they don't have paid stats. They don't have paid maternity. Minimum wages laws vary across
state to state.
From state to state, there is no federal minimum, I don't think.
No, but there's no federal here either.
Yeah, there is.
A federal minimum wage?
Yeah.
Is there? I don't think there is.
But the provinces have been so far ahead of it, it's never been a problem. Whereas I think there was one state that doesn't actually have a minimum wage.
Wow.
Minimum.
So, but is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? Because I can see
a horrible thing.
I could see good things but that's the thing. Like if we
got rid of the minimum wage here in
if we live in a free market, right? This is the thing. Everybody talks about like the free market, and to me, maybe I'm way out to lunch here, but a free market means the ability to choose and do kind of as you please in business, right?
True.
Okay, so now if I'm company A, right? So you and I, we're going company A, company B, right?
Yep.
We're customers, and we want to choose where we want to go buy our whatever product, right?
Yep.
Company A pays their employees really well, has benefits, does this, blah, 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 has really, really good standards. Company B, but Company A's prices are a little bit higher.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So $10 for the product you want. Yep. Company B pays your product is $5 of what you want, but they pay their employees really low, they don't treat them very well. Now, in a free market, we have a choice. We go to Company B or Company A.
Yeah.
Right? If I go to Company A, I'm supporting
good
wages,
benefits, etc.
Overall good company. If I go to Company B, I want to support buy the cheapest product.
Yeah.
That's free market.
True.
Right now, it's...
Okay, now here's the downside to the free market, is if everybody stops buying from Company A...
Company A goes out of business.
They go out of business, and now Company B doesn't have to do anything about their labor, doesn't have to do anything about their wage, and what ends up happening is all those people aren't making enough money to survive.
But that's the fucked up thing about this. Everybody wants that free market, but they want the cheapest thing possible.
Oh,
so how do you get the cheapest thing possible? Well, you have to have the smallest bottom line.
No, but okay. Walmart is a great example of what you're saying right now. Walmart pays their employees in the States so horribly that a lot of them need government assistance to survive,
and that's bad.
And that feeds into
How many people go shop at Walmart? Millions of people shop at Walmart every day.
But they don't have a choice because Walmart is cheaper than everybody else.
But nobody else can come into that to that competition because it's so.
One of the reasons why is because they pay their employees so low. And effectively they have the federal government bail these people out,
like I understand,
so that they can survive, and it creates an ugly cycle of. You pay your employees so much, but you make so much.
But then
Walmart makes
so we need
$1 trillion, and they should.
Do we not need to incentivize that company somehow, some way to spread that money out?
No, they don't have to. That's the thing.
I know, but there's no incentive to do it.
No.
That's what I'm talking about. There's no incentive for the
what
people
kind of
at the top.
incentive could you give to a guy who's making $1 trillion?
You say, okay, you're making $1 trillion. Couldn't you go something like, if we're gonna tax you higher on the more money you make, right? But if we're giving you incentives to not keep that money, and we'll tax you less.
Now, here's the thing. If you were making $1 trillion and the government says, I'm going to tax you, and then they say, well, if you give away some of your money,
well, if you create jobs, if you create this, if you create
you can make $1 million $5 an hour jobs. It's still not going to help because those people aren't making enough money to be able to buy any products.
But if you regulate, like up here, if you Alberta, you regulate $50 an hour, our lettuce is going to cost $25 a head.
But that's where the whole free market. This is one of the. Everybody wants cheap stuff, but everybody wants to make money. You can't have both.
You can't. So you got to choose.
And unfortunately, people don't make enough money to be able to choose.
So then
choice
it's broken.
Isn't choice.
So we're not free.
No.
There is no free market. There is no freedom. We're all just slaves to the dollar.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Welcome to...
No, I've known that for a while. I've known that for a long time. Money is everything in this world.
Yes,
Money is just the bottom line of everything. And it's like, I've just always thought that there has to be a way to incentivize companies not to hold on to their money. There has to be a way to say, like... There has to be a way just to do it.
I personally think that it should be something along these lines. If you want all money you make... I know a loophole in taxes is if you have your headquarters in a different place. So Timmy's has Timmy's and Burger King?
Yeah. I think it is, yeah.
Okay. Burger King moved their head office from the U.S. to Canada because the corporate taxes is lower in Canada. Now, all of a sudden, all of the income that Burger King makes gets taxed at a lower rate because they have their headquarters in Canada instead of the U.S. Now, the way I think it should be done is wherever you make your money, so if you make $1 billion a year in the States... You should have to pay taxes based off of the States.
Yeah.
Two, I think that it should be regulated. I know you love that. That a CEO cannot make more than X times their lowest paid employee.
They're just going to find ways to get loopholes around it because they're going to say, "Oh, your salary can own," but then they're just going to give you billions of dollars in bonuses.
It should be. You can't make X more because, for example... I
understand what you're saying.
The Post Media, the Calgary Sun here in Canada...
they just laid off hundreds of people.
They laid off 80 people.
Then they gave $400,000 bonus to somebody.
The CEO made $400,000.
So
why? Because he laid off 80 people. That $400,000...
This is where I think that us as a society should be like, we hear something like that. We should just... in a sense, boycott their company and be like, "You did something wrong. We
But-
don't want to use you."
And then,
Is that
okay?
like-
Hold on. But at that point in time, you're getting rid of one voice because the Sun Media and the Herald in Calgary, it's the Sun and the Herald. The Herald is a left-leaning paper, and the Sun is a right-leaning paper. If all of a sudden you boycott the right-leaning paper, they go under. You only have one
But
voice.
then you're saying to the other one, you're saying, "Hey, we saw what these guys did. Don't do it yourself."
No, but then there's
But then it would give an opportunity for somebody else to come up and. I think newspapers should be obsolete anyways. Why are you still reading a fucking newspaper?
because the newspaper is a good way to read.
Go on the internet.
No. If I'm going on the internet, I'm looking at porn.
Like, you know what I mean? I just think there has to be a
Wow,
way.
from president to porn.
Wow.
Way to go.
That was weird.
Okay, we ranted, which isn't a bad thing. But this is why politics is such a heated debate. This is why you're not really supposed to talk politics at the...
No, you're supposed to talk politics. You're supposed to...
No, but at the family dinner
out
table, you're
there.
not supposed to talk politics because of what we've kind of done.
What did we do? We had a conversation?
We did. And we have great conversations, which is actually really nice.
What, did I get mad at him?
No.
Did he get mad at me? No.
No.
It's like,
No.
don't stop
I'm
getting
smiling.
butthurt.
Ah!
And, it's like, I just think there has to be
There has to be
a
a
different way. We're doing
but-
it the same way. We're just in this box. We're just sitting here, like, running our heads into the wall. Just doing that. And it angers me. And it's like, there has to be a way to get these people up here with all this money to go, hey, because I know that if I ran a company, this would be my thought, okay? So I'm a $1 million company, say $1 million, right? I don't, that's so I don't need to pay myself millions of dollars to survive a year.
But I think because we've been on the bottom, we understand the hardships of having to live paycheck to paycheck.
Exactly. So-
whereas someone like Trump
Has never done it.
has never had to worry about making
But here's-
$1,000 a month and trying to survive
Here's my
when you have $1,500.
So if
rent.
I'm in a company, right? So say I'm Walmart, right? Their turnover is probably pretty high, right?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
they
yeah.
probably have like theft. They probably have things that happen and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because they don't treat their employees the greatest. The people on the bottom rung are you're only as good as your weakest link, right?
Yep.
And so if I ran a company, this would be my thought process. So my bottom employee, right? I would probably want to pay them if I could. Obviously, I got to obviously watch out for bottom line because that's business. I would want to pay them a decent living wage so that they can survive and they want to come to work every day and they want to be happy and they want to stay loyal to me. So if I hire you at 20 and you're doing something that and you're going to stay till you're 60
No,
and you're going to retire,
but-
I have a 40-year employee because I pay you 25% more than the person beside you, and I take less for myself.
Yeah, and Ben and Jerry's ice cream, I think
Yeah.
it is. The
Yeah, they do that.
CEOs actually do that. They say, I'm not going to make more than, I don't
X.
know what the exact,
Yeah.
say 5 times more than what my lowest paid employee is. So his incentive is to pay his lowest employee as high as he can so he can make more money. Which isn't a bad way of
Doesn't that
looking
make
at it.
sense though? Like if you have
But,
if
okay.
you have more people who are invested into your company, like so if I'm in sales or something like that, if my bottom employee, my lowest paid salesman makes 25% more than a salesman in the same competition, like over at the competition, they make 25% more at my business.
Yeah.
Are they not going to be incentivized more to make me more money because
No,
I treat them well?
And it's true.
So that's what
at
I'm talking
least
about.
in our heads, that's the way we see it.
So
Whether
why
or not
does-
it actually works
So
that
why
way.
does Walmart?
But
But would you not be incentivized if you made X more on your?
Oh,
like would you not be
okay.
more happy to come into work? And be
I'm
like,
not.
Hey,
I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that. It
you would
just
tell your friends, hey,
when it comes down to it, if a person wants to make money, they will make money and not care about anything else. There was a drug that went on sale. Some guy bought it. I don't remember his name.
wasn't it the HIV drug? It was.
Maybe.
I think it was the HIV drug, and he
He bought it. He bought the patent for it, and then he raised the price
Yes, it was HIV.
7,000%.
it was like $10 or something like
pill,
that.
and then it was like 300
and he raised it 700 or
yeah,
something like that.
some and all he said was like, "Oh, I have to pay for this stuff." It's like, well, you already did.
Yeah. See, so maybe it's not. It's not our system.
That guy right there.
Well, he was called out and made to look like an idiot, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he didn't lower the price.
Yeah.
He didn't lower the price.
So I think that maybe society's broken then.
Well, no.
Our mentality to keep all of our money is broken.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We have this mental thought, which is, and I have it too, I want to make as much money as I can. But at the same time, if I could get into a venture where 5 people could benefit from making money, I would do that. Where if I could make $1 million doing one idea, but then I could potentially bring in 4 other people, so to speak. I would do that. And I would be like, oh, now we're making $200,000, but we're all making it because, number one, now we're all making that money. Now we all have that money to spend. So there's 5 people who have more money to put into the economy.
Again, it comes down to, it's great that we think this way, but we're not the ones with money.
Yeah.
Those people that are making billions of dollars.
Tell us why. If you're making millions and you're rich, tell us why you're keeping it. What makes you, what is your psyche about this topic? Why,
Well, we were actually talking about presidents.
Yeah, but would you support a president who incentivized the rich to disperse the money?
I still don't think you can incentivize the rich to disperse.
But right now
money. That's why it comes down to. That's why they have to regulate things.
Yeah, but we're de-incentivizing people to give their money away.
No,
we're incentivizing them to keep it right now.
No, but people will automatically keep money. The rich aren't going to give away their money.
We're incentivizing them to hide it. To find ways to...
No, but they're going to do it anyways. There's no incentive.
So then the problem isn't the system, it's the
Bill
people
Gates
with it.
Is an exception to the rule.
Yeah,
he's given away
all his money.
Almost all of his money. He takes enough to live comfortably.
Athletes.
He doesn't argue that.
So we'll look at athletes. Athletes are prime examples of greed. Yeah, where society is wrong. You've got athletes who make millions of dollars, millions upon millions upon millions of dollars over a career. I don't care if it's 10-year career, 5-year career. I don't care. You're making enough money to support yourself for the rest of your life if you don't buy 50 Lamborghinis, 20 houses. You know what I mean? I think society, I could go on about this forever. Maybe we'll talk about it in another show, but there's so many things wrong with hey, I need to have all of this stuff with all my money. I get $50 million. I need to buy 10 houses in 10 different places.
Well, look at Kanye West.
Yeah, why?
He made a lot of money, and now he's $53 million in debt.
I don't care. Honestly, I don't. You
then,
come to me no.
And then he's going to Mark Zuckerberg going, oh, help me out.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, now this might have been clickbait, but Zuckerberg actually said, yeah, I will. It's really? He blew through his money.
Yeah, it's his problem. If you're a rich athlete or anything, if you're rich and you go broke, that's on you.
Yeah,
that's on you. And it's so back I guess to the president. Try to circle us around. Let us know what you guys think about. Okay,
we ranted, which is great. The president, and that's what the presidency is to us Canadians. It's yes, it points certain things out, but in the end, we talk about what we think it should end up being. So, there's a possibility we could have Trump as a president. Wow. We could possibly have a socialist as a president.
Yeah, could you imagine?
In the States, a socialist is a big deal. In Canada, it's not. I think you need
to take. It doesn't work with a majority when it has somebody saying this is the way we're going to do it. Too bad you don't get a say. When you have one party running everything, moving the pieces any way they want because they have no resistance, it's no different than in a communist country, really, when you have one dictator running a country, right? Maybe I'm stupid, but what is the difference there? You know what I mean? So, I just think that our system is broken. Do I have an answer? No. Do I have ideas? Of course.
Yeah, we mentioned a couple of them. So,
in a sense, you should have kind of a board of directors thing. Because that's kind of, but it's not because you have one guy.
Oh, hold on. In Canada, we do have a board of directors. We have the prime minister, and then we have the cabinet. So that is effectively your board of governors.
Yeah, but it's all the same people. Like, it's all the same people with the same ideals, right? So, like, the Liberal Party runs our country.
Right now.
Everybody in the Liberal Party has the same ideology, right?
That's why they're part of the Liberal Party.
Right? So, like, they're a majority, so they go, we want to pass a Bill X.
Yeah, well,
and they go,
that's...
all right, we passed Bill X.
That's just the way the system works. Be there hasn't really been
10 people who are from different walks of lives.
But, okay, hold on. They do actually do that. That's why they have House debates. They talk about it, then they have a vote. And theoretically...
That worked real well with the Farmers Act here, right?
Oh.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, I get it. No.
If you don't have a...
Okay, theoretically, in Canada, the parties are supposed to vote according to what they're consistent... damn it. The people that voted them in, they're supposed to be able to vote according to what their people say. However, we have something called the party whip. The party whip says, if you don't vote with the party, we're going to hurt you.
Yeah, we're going to kick you
physically.
out. We're
going to punish you.
Yeah.
We're going to take away your pay, or we're going to take away your perks. You
You
vote for the party, even though you're... damn it, I'm stuck on that word.
Ideologies are different?
No, your ideologies are different. So, it is a system that needs work. It's always needed work. No matter where in history, all systems need work.
So I think maybe it's time for somebody to step up. It's time for somebody to maybe...
That's why Trump might win.
It's time for, just somebody different to come along and have a different view on things and think outside the box, but that would be scary.
Of course.
Because it's the unknown. You're scared of the unknown. And
yep.
when you vote,
there's so many
people... There's so many people who are comfortable with this cycle in Canada anyways, of this cycle, circle of politics. Too. Yeah, it's so comfortable when you see somebody, when you're in this line, right? And you got me standing over here in this line going, hey guys, the door's open over here. Hi. You know what I mean? You go, why is that guy over there? What's he doing? Oh, he's weird. Well, no, he can't think like that. And I wish more people had a more open mind. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah. I can't argue that.
It's so hard. It's so hard because I run into so many people. Like, I was almost shamed one time when I said that I didn't vote. Somebody said to me, you not voting because you don't like your choices is like you saying you don't like one of your kids more than the other one.
Ooh.
And I went...
See, the only thing I've ever said is if you don't vote, you can't complain.
Yeah, but I've...
No, but...
rebutted that and shot that right down.
Yeah, no, but you had a good point. It's like, well, I want to be able to vote and go none of the above. It's like, well, you could. You just...
In the Alberta, yeah, but that's... We've had that discussion. Yeah. It's different.
Look at what, I think it was episode 2 or episode 1, somewhere around there.
Where we talked about
check it both out.
Yeah.
We did talk
about
that.
We talked about that.
And you know what? We're going to talk about it again.
We're going to talk about it again because it's
politics
never going to
go
go away.
Life. Yep.
Maybe I should run for politics, but nobody will vote for me because I'm not I'm not polished.
Yeah.
I'm not very polished. I'm very...
rough around the edges.
Rough. I'm very, very rough. Like, I have the knowledge, but I don't... I'm not very...
You don't... When politicians run, their lawyers or their economics or
I'm just a...
doctors or... No, you're a gear. Just like me.
Yeah. What do you guys think? What? Tell us your thoughts on the presidential election, which we started on. And somehow we ended up somewhere.
Yeah, well, we still ended up in politics.
We're still in politics, but tell us what you guys think.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a question out there. Is the system broken in Canada, in the U.S.? If you're from the United States, is your system broken? Would you vote for the unknown party? Would you vote for a different party if they were there and they gave you a different ideology and a different idea on how things should run?
Do you vote?
If
because
so, yes.
This
Why?
Voter turnout is still really low.
Huh? See, that's another thing that I think. If we're doing an election, there should be a bar of, if 50% of people show up, somehow the vote shouldn't count. We have technology now that it should make it so easy for people to vote.
Yeah. Oh, and that's another argument about whether or not we should allow digital voting.
Why do I need to go to a freaking school or a community hall in my area and check a box?
To avoid voter fraud. But anyways.
No, I get it, but there's technologies for that. So.
You're right. I'm
It
not
should
going to
be
argue.
easier.
It should be a lot easier.
Like, there just should be more transparency in politics.
Always.
Always, but there isn't. Everybody says they're going to be transparent, but they're not. Guys, we're done ranting. No, we're not. But we're going to rant some more in another episode of Cool Discussions.
We are.
Like, share, comment. Bam, Facebook. Cool Discussions.
YouTube. And listen to us on iTunes. Thank you, and see you again.